Hello everyone, welcome to English Edu Claz, your channel for easy and effective learning. I am Professor Venkata Ramu B.R, Associate Professor of English. In today's video, we will explore the poem Night and Death by Joseph Blanco White. This poem offers deep reflections on the mysteries of night and death, encouraging us to rethink our fears and perceptions. To help you with your exams, I have prepared a set of important questions and answers. We will cover short answer questions, that is 2 marks questions, and long answer questions, that is a 5 marks questions. These questions are designed based on the exam patterns to test your understanding of the poem. So let us dive into the questions and answers. Stay tuned until the end of this video. Now, let us begin with some short answer questions to check your basic understanding of the poem. Answer the following in 1 or 2 sentences. To begin with, what inspires the poet's thoughts on life, death, and eternity? The night sky inspires the poet. He describes it as mysterious and beautiful, making him think about life, death, and what lies beyond. Moving on to the next one. Who is referred to as the first parent in the poem? The first parent refers to Adam, the first human according to the Bible. So, how does Adam feel when he first learns about night? Adam feels terrified because night replaces the bright sky he is used to. Okay, here is a quick true or false check. The poet describes the night as evil. True or false? It is absolutely false. The poet describes the night as mysterious and beautiful. Next up, a fill in the blank. The poet describes the sunset as passing through a curtain of blank dew. The answer is translucent. Speaking of the night sky, what celestial body is called Hesperus in the poem? The evening star is called as Hesperus in the poem. Okay, here is another quick true or false check. Hesperus comes with other bright stars. True or false? Yes, that is true. Hesperus appears in the sky along with many other stars. So, how does the appearance of Hesperus affect humans in the poem? It excites them and widens their view of creation. Another true or false for you. The sun hides the stars from human during the day. True or false? That's absolutely true. Now let us dig a bit deeper. What is the poet question? Why humans fear death? He wonders why people fear death when light, like the sun, can also deceive and hide truths. Following that, the poet suggests that death, like night, might have blank beauty. The answer is hidden. Now, let's look at the craft. What literary device is used when the poet compares the night and death? It is metaphor. Okay, now let us check this one. The poet's tone in the poem is reflective. True or false? That is absolutely true. Now, how does the poet describe the sun's effect on humans? The sun reveals small things like insects and leaves, but hides the vastness of the stars. Here is another fill in the blank. The poet's view of night changes from being blank to being appreciated for its beauty. The answer is fearful. So, what does the poet imply about the connection between life and death? Life might hide the truth about death, just as light hides the beauty of night. Let us check this one true or false. The poet believes death is the end of everything. True or false? Absolutely false. He suggests death might reveal something greater. Let us keep going. How does the poet describe the night sky? The poet describes the night sky as a glorious canopy of light and blue filled with stars. Moving along, fill in the blank. The poet raises the question of why humans try to avoid blank. Death is the answer. And what is the takeaway? What is the final message the poet gives about death? Death, like night, might reveal something beautiful and it should not be feared. Here is a structural question. The poem Night and Death is a sonnet. True or false? That's absolutely true. Moving along, how does the poet's perception of death change by the end of the poem? The poet sees death not as something to fear, but as a gateway to something greater and more beautiful. Let us think about ourselves for a moment. What is our normal reaction to death? Our normal reaction to death is fear and anxiety. People often try to avoid thinking about death because it seems scary and unknown. On the other hand, how does the poet characterize the night? The poet characterizes the night as mysterious and full of wonder, not as evil, dark, or sad. Finally, what does the poet suggest about the nature of death? The poet suggests that death, like night, might reveal something beautiful and meaningful, changing our fear into curiosity and hope. Friends, now that we have covered the short answer questions, let us move on to 5 marks questions. These require more explanation, so pay close attention. In the examination, you will find a question like answer the following in about a page each. Introducing the first key question. What is the significance of the title Night and Death? The title Night and Death is important because it connects two ideas that seem mysterious and scary, but might actually hold beauty and meaning. The poet Joseph Blanco White uses the night sky as a metaphor for death. Just as night reveals the stars that are hidden during the day, death might reveal something greater that life keeps hidden from us. The title shows the poet's main theme. Both night and death are things people fear, but they might actually be beautiful and full of wonder. The poem encourages readers to think differently about death, seeing it not as an end but as a gateway to something new and unknown, just like the night reveals the hidden stars. Next, how does the poet describe the night sky in the poem? The poet describes the night sky as mysterious, beautiful, and awe inspiring. He imagines how the first humans, Adam and Eve, must have felt when they saw the night for the first time. The night sky is compared to a glorious canopy of light in blue, filled with stars that make it look magical and brown. As the sun sets, a thin layer of glowing dew covers the earth, and the evening star Hesperus appears, followed by countless other stars. The poet emphasizes how the night sky makes humans feel small, but also shows them the vastness and beauty of creation. The night is not just darkness, it is a time when the hidden wonders of the universe, like the stars, are revealed. The description helps the poet connect the night to the idea of death, suggesting that both night reveals something greater than what we can see in the light of day or in night. Now let's talk about Adam. What is the significance of Adam in the poem? Adam is significant in the poem because he represents the first human to experience night. The poet imagines how Adam must have felt when he saw the night sky for the first time. At first, Adam is afraid because night replaces the bright sky he is used to. But when he sees the stars, he realizes how vast and beautiful the universe is. Adam's experience helps the poet show how something that seems scary at first, like night or death, can actually be full of wonder and beauty. Adam's reaction to night is like how people react to death. They fear it at first, but it might reveal something greater. Now, let us analyze the role of the sun. What does the poet say about the sun in the poem? The poet says that while the sun helps us see the world clearly, it also hides the stars from us. During the day, the sunlight reveals small details of nature like insects, leaves, and tiny creatures. However, the brightness of the sun makes the stars invisible. The poet might find it surprising. That something as bright as the sun can hide something as beautiful as the stars. This makes him think about how light can deceive us by hiding parts of the universe. He uses this idea to compare the sun to life, suggesting that just as light hides the stars, life must be hiding something beyond death. The poet's reflection on the sun shows how something that seems helpful and revealing can also conceal deeper truths. Shifting to a specific point, what is a paradox in the first line of the sestet stanza of the six lines? The paradox in the first line of the sestet is that the sun, which gives light and helps us see the world, also hides the stars from us. The poet says, who could have thought such darkness lay concealed within the being's ocean? This means that even though the sun is bright and reveals small things like insects and leaves, it can also blind us to the vastness of the universe by hiding the stars. The paradox makes the reader think about how light, which is usually seen as good, can also hide something beautiful. It also connects to the poem's main idea that life, like the sun, might hide the truth about death. Next, let us explore this connection. Discuss the connection between night and death. The poet connects night and death by showing how both are misunderstood and feared. Night is often seen as dark and scary, but it reveals the beauty of the stars, which are hidden during the day by the sun's brightness. Similarly, death is feared because it is unknown, but the poet suggests that it might reveal something beautiful and meaningful, just like night reveals the stars. Both night and death are things people try to avoid or fear, but the poem shows that they might actually hold hidden beauty. The connection helps the poet make the point that just as night is not something to fear, death might also be something wonderful and full of meaning. Now let's explain the analogy in the poem. The analogy in the poem compares night to death and sun to life. The poet describes how the sun's light reveals small things like fly and leaf and insect, but hides the countless orbs which are stars in the sky. This is like how life shows us the small details of the world but hides the bigger truth about death. Night, on the other hand, reveals the stars just as death might reveal something greater that life keeps hidden. The analogy helps the poet show that just as night is not something to fear but something beautiful, death might also be something wonderful and meaningful. The words light, darkness, and countless orbs are used to bring out this comparison. Next, we will explore the meaning of the last line. In the examination, you will find a question like, what is the meaning of the last line in the poem? The last line in the poem, if light can thus deceive, wherefore not life, means that if light, sun can hide something as beautiful as the stars, then life must also be hiding something greater about death. The poet is saying that just as the sun's brightness deceives us by hiding the stars, life must be deceiving us by hiding the truth about death. The line suggests that death might not be something to fear, but something that reveals a greater truth or beauty, just like night reveals the stars. It encourages readers to think differently about death and see it as a natural part of existence that might hold something wonderful. Finally, let us understand the poet's message. In the examination, you'll find a question like, what message does the poet want to convey through this poem? The poet wants to convey that the unknown, whether it is night or death, should not be feared. He uses the beauty of the night sky to show how something mysterious can reveal great wonders like the stars hidden by the sun. Similarly, he suggests that death, which many people fear, might also reveal something greater that we cannot see in the life. The poem encourages readers to think about life and death in a new way, seeing them as part of a larger, more mysterious universe. The poet White's message is that just because something is hidden or unknown, it doesn't mean it is scary or bad. Instead, it might hold beauty and meaning that we cannot yet understand. The poem invites us to embrace the mysteries of life and death with curiosity and wonder. Friends, thank you for watching. I hope this discussion on Night and Death by Joseph Blanco White has helped deepen your understanding of the poem. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to English Edu Class for more insightful lessons. Keep learning, stay curious, and I will see you in the next video. Happy studying.